Okay, hello guys. It's called it Tuna Podcast, and we're on episode 3. I have my gay bestie Aaron on the phone, and I have my favorite white girl Andrea on the phone, and we about to get up in this gig about protesting and everything that's going on. So I'm just gonna let Aaron introduce yourself first because you guys already met Andrea yesterday. So Aaron, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Erin. What's good?
Andrea.
You you just sound so nice. I just need to meet you at some point. You sound so preppy. I love it.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I love this already.
So, Aaron, you go first. What is your take on the situation with the protesting?
I am more inclined to Malcolm X myself, so I am here for it. Burn that shit to the ground, okay? Burn that shit to the fucking ground. I definitely do feel as though we as a people need to stand up for what's right. And how dare someone try to tell us how to channel our anger and frustration? Like that is my bottom line. Anybody who is opposed or opposed to us burning down things, looting, rioting, et cetera, or whatever you want to call it. Anyone who is opposed to that can suck a dick. I'm just like I don't know what else to say. I mean, like how do you tell someone who's constantly been beaten and battered and bruised and told to be more docile, or told you're not pretty enough, or told that you're all animals, or told that you're thugs, and et cetera, how do you constantly expect people to act servile? How do you constantly expect us to rise above? How do you constantly expect us to be what you want us to be? But you're always changing the standard and the bar. So it's like, oh, you might protest silently. However, I feel as though that's dangerous, because when one or two or more of you guys are in the midst, you guys become animals and savages. It's now you're threatening, but it was a peaceful protest. So so it's at this point I feel like, fuck it. Like, if we can't win by your standards, we're gonna win by ours. And if that means taking to the street, looting, rioting, vandalizing, et cetera, by all means, do what the fuck we gotta do. And not to mention, most of the people who have like initiated the vandalizing and the rioting and the looting have all been non-people of color. Like
All honesty, I was just about to say what I do agree with you, right? From my standpoint, like, I am not allowed to tell you how to be angry. I am not allowed to tell you how to feel a certain way, because you have every right to feel a certain way, being any kind of person, gay, straight, bi, black, white. Like, I'm not allowed to tell you how to be gay. I'm not allowed to tell you how to be black or anything. I'm not allowed to tell you how you're supposed to feel towards police brutality whatsoever. But I'm the kind of person where I lean more towards the Martin Luther King vibe of being, like, very peaceful and not looting. But I do agree that it does piss me off as an individual, seeing people not of color starting this, and then everybody looking, going like, oh, this is another black person starting the looting and everything. But when you have one snowflake causing all of this, and then everything just starts snowballing into place, then yes, it becomes a book by cover situation. But no one's really looking at the cover or the first page of the book, where it's like a white person started this.
exactly.
Like, I even saw. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
But I actually saw on Instagram, on like Instagram, like TV or whatever, that a black woman was standing up to these two white girls, spray painting a Starbucks, going like, Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter. But then this woman continues to go off on these girls, going like, you are the people that make us look bad when we're trying to have a peaceful protest. We're just doing this to stand a point without getting violent, without being more judged than we already are.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I agree with her 100%.
But that's everything with when it comes down to. Here's the thing, and this is what we say, like that is a derivative. Like I mean, like that is like kind of like the main focal point is white people being like activists or like some like white people doing certain things. It comes from a side of privilege rather than a side of understanding. And so your privilege says, hey, like I can go fuck this shit up and whatever, like they're gonna arrest me. I might not get charged as severely as a black person might, or my family has money to bail me the fuck out. So yes, you want to take to the streets, or yes, you want to, like I mean, and I'm just saying from a general standpoint. Do I agree with it? Like I said, by all means, do what the fuck you need to do to get your point across. However, a lot of these things have been initiated, and it becomes not peaceful, or it becomes like the whole standard of like these black people are thugs, in the words of 45. It's something different. It comes from a place of privilege, a lot of their activism. And that can be said for white feminism. Like it all comes from a place of privilege rather than a place of actually understanding what the fuck we're out there doing and actually understanding, what is happening. It's all like I'm tired of some rape shit.
So in a way, like I could go marching in a Black Lives Matter because I'm a person of like I try to be there for people. I love people and everything. I try to give everybody the utmost respect. And the reason why I would go march is because of Rocher, my friend Shelly, my friend Lavelle. Like I have a bunch of friends that I can name off at the top of my head, including Tiffany being one of them. Like I could go and march and say, I'm doing this to protect my friends. I'm trying to show my support to my friends. But I'm not saying it as an activist. I'm saying this, I'm supporting you. I'm doing this more out of a support. I'm not trying to do it like I'm not trying to be like an activist.
And we thank you for that. And we thank you for that, for speaking up. We speak up for that. Sorry. Most definitely.
Right.
We definitely thank you for that because some white people just stay quiet. Like I'm always saying, Aaron, I love me some white boys. But half of the white boys I'm jacking I love, only like 2 or 3 said something. I was unfollowing famous white men all over my Instagram yesterday.
But that is an issue. And like for me, okay, so here's my thing. My sister is in an interracial relationship. I have white people who are married. Like one of my godmothers is white. Like I don't have an issue with white people. I don't have an issue with interracial relationships or a black person dating a white person or a black person marrying or whatever it may be. Like I don't have issues with that. My issue lies when you see things like Rihanna said, you want to break bread with us. You want to be entitled to our culture. You get offended when we tell you not to use the N word. Can I say the word? Or
girl, you can say the word. Speak your mind.
Okay,
you can say the word. I can't.
Okay. You get offended when we say you can't use the word nigga, but when it's time to be in outrage, when it's time to sit there and say this is wrong, just on a general human, even if you took color out of it, and I'm not saying that you should, but even if you wanted to, just the simple fact that a human life was slain, or that human lives have been murdered, have been raped, have been used to fucking work the lay of the land. You should just be like, that's fucked up, period.
Definitely.
That's fucked up, period.
Definitely.
So I don't condone that. And on top of that, to take it a step further, you should also be a Jane Elliott. I don't know if you guys know about Jane Elliott, but I love Jane Elliott. you should be like a Jane Elliott in your community, because ultimately you have the power to challenge your family, your family's thought process, your other white peers' thought processes. You have that privilege. You have that privilege, because when we say it and we're passionate about it, we get deemed ignorant, we get deemed animals, we get deemed, uncouth, we get deemed all those things. So you guys need to, like, literally, if you care for the cause and you're with the shits and you say, you know what, I fucked with my black friends, I fucked with my friends who are part of the gay community, who are part of whatever community, you should be in the forefront.
So I don't know if you listened to the first podcast that I had with Rocher discussing the situation, but I was talking about my grandparents. My grandmother is Irish Italian, my grandfather's Puerto Rican Nicaraguan. So pretty much when they were getting married, it was a sin to be in an interracial relationship, whether it was like with a black and Spanish person, or a Spanish with a white person, or a white person with a black person. It doesn't really matter. And my great-grandfather, my grandmother's father, when my grandfather was asking my great-grandfather to marry my grandmother, he said absolutely not. So when my grandmother walked in the door, he was like, this is your ultimatum. Marry him and screw this family, or be with us but forget him. My grandmother had the audacity to go in her room, grab herself, and was like, deuces, peace out. Didn't talk to the family for 6 years till the guy knocked out dead. And then apparently she had 2 other brothers that I didn't even know about because they were never in my life. And then they did not believe in my grandparents' relationship. So my grandmother doesn't know what happened to either one of her brothers. Like, doesn't even talk to them, doesn't know if they're alive or anything.
Damn.
But stayed in communication with her sisters, who appreciated somebody who loved her. No matter what nationality she was, what religion she was, nothing. So I grew up with that sense of love, because they were like, just love somebody. It doesn't matter who they are, what background they come from. And I come from a divorced family. I'm mixed nationality. I got probably 7 nationalities. And my grandfather is a boxing trainer. He's trained multiple religions, multiple nationalities, and all we did was fight each other for a sport that we all loved. We all came together for one common thing. But my grandfather, he's such a humble person, period, where he taught me how to be the person I am and love who I love. Like, I love Rocher because he's just a person. It doesn't matter that he's black or gay. Because, like, it just doesn't matter to me. But I love him for who he is, and I'm not looking at a color. I'm looking at another human being that if we both slit our wrists, we're both bleeding the same blood. And a lot of people are forgetting that fact.
Exactly.
You know what it is? I want to say something here too. When that, like you just said, that's when you say you don't see color. When you're friends with a black person or Spanish or Asian or whatever race the person is, and you're friends with them, this is when you don't see color. You can't tell me you see this officer kneel down on. Well, let me correct myself. You seen this racist officer put his knee on this black man's neck for 10 minutes, killed him, then gonna go say, it's not a race thing, it's a cop thing. I'm like, do you know how many cops?
Or
exactly. It's a power. If it was a normal non-racist cop, you know what the non-racist cop would have done? Arrested George and put him in the back van and bring him to the precinct. That's what a normal cop would have done.
No other police brutality. No.
Exactly. That's what a normal cop would have do. Like, you don't understand, Aaron. I'm on social media. This one girl had the balls to post, I am 122 pounds. I'm 5-something. This guy is 6'2". He weighs 220 pounds. He had his knee on my neck. She posted the picture. And she's like, oh, I was in pain, but I could still breathe. It's because he was on drugs. So I'm like, you see, now, how the fuck do you feel, bitch, that when they did his autopsy, he died of asphyxiation? How do you really feel? And how fucking dare you even go on social media? So I became black today. Because I literally posted this morning, I think y'all see my post when I said, how about you let him sit on your, let him knee on your neck for 9 minutes straight. And then when you pass out, continue to let him kneel on your neck. And then when your ghost will come and tell me, was it painful or not?
Right.
Yeah. But when, all honesty, I broke down today and literally started crying, right after, I had to do what I had to do around my house and clean and stuff. I went on social media, I took my break, and I literally bawled out crying because it was disgusting that literally every other post that I look at was a bunch of hick, redneck, white privileged people posting the same picture and thinking that it's a joke. I literally broke down crying. I'm like, how fucked up is society? How fucked up are you to think that this is a joke? But it's not a joke when it's your family member. Why is your family different than this person? So you're telling me that it's completely not... There's a complete difference from when you're taken away from your mother from a cop killing you versus when this person is taken away from his daughter, his mother, his wife, his brother, his sister, his grandmother, his grandfather, everybody from A to Z. But apparently you're different than this person. But the only difference that's going in between you guys is color. Really?
And I don't know how you guys look at it, Aaron and Andrea. I don't know how y'all look at it. But I have a couple of white... Well, no, I'm not going to sit here and even motherfucking lie no more. After the fuckery that's been going on, I think I could say I only have 4 or 5 white friends. And, yeah, I have a couple of cop friends. And yes, I do fear for them because, black people are tired. They've been through the whole ringer. This is not the first time it happened. So, they in uproar. But I want black people, when you're protesting, you burning shit down, you doing shit like that, protest the way you know how. But I don't want you over here breaking into stores littering, because now they're going to make it into something that it's not. You guys are protesting. You guys are fucking up, white business owner buildings. Okay, you guys are fucking up, fucking racist. Y'all over here arguing with racist white people in the street. Okay, but not all cops are bad. Not all white people are bad. Like you guys said, the white people that's marching and they're protesting with us is because they have black friends and they're doing it for their friends. But the ones that just have a mask on their head painting Black Lives Matter, you think I give a fuck about that? You think I give a fuck if you slap a shirt that says Black Lives Matter on your shirt, you posting it on social media, I'm gonna repost you? Niggas ain't gonna repost you.
So, I don't know if y'all saw this, but there was a guy on CNN Live that was like, oh, these black people jumped me for, protesting with them, da-da-da. But literally 2 minutes prior, he was on Facebook Live, pointing an archery with, bow and arrows and everything, pointing at everybody.
Oh, I seen that video. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped.
And then he was like, and I was being there for them. I'm like, you are a different level of stupid. Oh my God.
Once you put certain things out on social media, you just...
No, but I think it's so funny that people, nowadays think they could get away with this stuff. But there's social media. There's cameras on the phone. There's cameras on the ATM machine, traffic lights, bodegas.
We see you, we see us.
We see it, dumbass.
Stupid.
We see you being stupid, and then it's like catching you. It's like catching a dude sleeping with another guy or another female and everything right in your bed. And you're like, I see you, see me, see you be a hoe. Nah.
Exactly.
You really believe in what your eyes saw? Wow. I'm like, really?
But I'm not surprised.
Really?
This has been the narrative. Let's do something fucking stupid. Then when African Americans, black people, brown people, whatever you want to call it, when we retaliate, again, in a manner in which they don't deem as acceptable, because only people who are privileged or in power can say, I don't deem this as acceptable. Emphasis on what I just said. Only people who are in power and have privilege can deem something as unacceptable.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen the video I posted that the anonymous guy leaked. Did you see the video? Because you know what? I'm gonna be real motherfucking blunt because I feel like I'm gonna spit on the next person to tell me this ain't a race thing. Because I'm gonna get real ignorant and ignorant, and I'm gonna get real disrespectful about people, dead family members, and people, mother, fathers, and grandmothers, and all that. Because at the end of the motherfucking day, if it's not a racist thing, if it's not a race thing, do you see the video that was leaked and I posted on my story? The guy literally was like, "Oh, $100 for all the niggers and $50 for all the Mexicans," and then somebody gonna laugh and say, "Ha ha ha! They don't cost. They're not worth that much money. It's too many of them." So what the fuck do you call that? I'll wait.
My mouth just dropped and I'm trying to comprehend this whole damn thing because I didn't even see that shit. But now
It's on my story. Like, if you
But-
go on my story right now, Andrea and Aaron, you're gonna watch it. He literally said $100 for the niggers. And then he said $50 for the Mexicans, and if somebody started laughing, ha ha ha, they not worth that much. It's too many of them. So I just want to understand. Those were cops. It was on. They had their own personal channels from their thingies. So I'm like, so clearly it's not a cop thing. You're racist. You're racist as fuck. You got a shield, you got a gun, and you're just racist. And it ain't got shit to do with your uniform. It don't got shit to do with the precinct you working for. You're just a racist individual who just happened to be a cop. That's what I want people to understand. It's not that I'm defending police officers because I have police friends. It's because, Aaron, it is what it is. You're racist. You're in a cop uniform, and you just making it 10 times worse.
Officers, I have family members and friends who are officers. But the fact of the matter is, they aren't somewhere killing innocent African Americans. Like, I will never understand that concept. So, of course, I don't believe that all officers are bad. However, I do feel as though they are weak. A lot of them are weak. A lot of them get peer pressured into not speaking.